Guys, y'all know what it is. It is Friday as above, so below. We talking about Venusian energy on today. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. My name is Apostle Ela. Thank you so much for being live with us. As you guys are being notified that we are live, thank you so very much. I've been going all day from one end of Florida to the other end of Florida. Try to get a little rest, get myself prepared for the night. Got a lot of consultations to do tomorrow, and I got to get with Madame Oshun. We're gonna be going live together at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time, guys. Yes, we are excited about this. As you guys are being notified that I'm live, make sure you post your zodiac sign. My name is Apostle Ela. I'm the pastor apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. My beliefs are deeply rooted in African traditions. If this is your first time in my live, post your zodiac sign. Let me know where you from. It's Friday night, y'all. We done got paid. Let's get ready. It's like, this is an opportunity for us to really grow, develop, make every day, every opportunity that we embark into one another's life, make it worth our time, our energy, and our effort. If you're going to come on my live, I need you to learn something. I need you to grow from something. I need you to be better. Come on here, somebody. The whole purpose of me getting on here to teach universal law. All right. Raquel Capricorn from Jamaica. How you doing, baby? Thank you for joining us. Make sure you guys are joining my YouTube account as well. There's a lot of stuff I got on there. And also my Patreon family. Once again, I have a lot of my products on my website, guys. I'm excited about being here. Minister Mario Capricorn. Then we got Mama Susan Gemini. We got Brother Johnny Capricorn. All right. I don't know what's up with y'all. Let's talk tonight. All I'm asking, I'm doing fine. All right, that she said she's doing fine. Fine as wine. That means that you get the more refined you get as the time go on. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being with us. If this is your first time in my live, listen, I teach universal laws. I'm here to give you information. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries. My rising sign is Pisces. I don't tell people what to do. I don't come on here trying to convince somebody of anything. I give you information because I believe that I'm talking to grown people. The purpose of talking to grown people, because grown people make decisions for themselves. We're not here to blame nobody. If it applies, I am doing so good. I got paid early this morning, so you know how it is when you get your check and you got spending your money. Yes, I'm really good. I'm a UPS driver, 27 years deep. I want you guys to understand that the purpose of me showing these live, getting on here, giving you information, showing you biblically that these ATRs are existing constantly in the Bible. And I want you guys to understand what you do with your faith, what you do with your belief, what you do with your spirit, your inner, your ashe, is your personal preference. One of the things that I try to get people to do is to evaluate their lives. And if they see where they can improve, to me, it's the decision to improve yourself. That's what I would do. All right, we got Sister Jackie, TGIF to you as well, Taurus in the house. Then we got Monique 444. All right, Cancer, come through now. And my thing is, I'm a Sagittarian person. If you're around me, I aspire to be the best that I can be. And I hope that I'm inspiring many of you to be better than you have decided to be for yourself. Showing a better version of yourself. We want to say hello to each and every one of you guys. Hello to my Pisces. Hello to Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you. My air signs, my water sign, earth signs, and fire signs. Hello. And the reason why I teach this, because it doesn't matter if you're what ATR. One thing that I try to tell people in your spiritual journey, knowing yourself, spirit, soul, and body, knowing the aspects of God in your life, knowing why, knowing yourself as an air sign, knowing yourself as a fire sign, knowing yourself as earth. This is going to give you so much advantage. Understanding your emotional body, understanding your mental body. You inspired me better. Oh, thank you so much, my Cancer. The purpose of getting this information and being able to know who you are is knowing when somebody tells you something, it should resonate, right? When you get a crystal, it should resonate. When you get an herb, it should resonate. When you get a particular candle or somebody gives you a word or reading, it should resonate with you if you are in tune with self. Okay? one of the things I tell people, I never tell people anything outside of themselves. Everything that I practice comes from within to without. The Bible says that the kingdom of God is within you. Now, thank you so much. And I don't need instruction. You're on my live. Okay, so, all right, Ian, Gemini, thank you so much. Now, a lot of times, what people don't understand is, because you're in Christianity, it does not mean you understand God. No different, just because you're in Ifa, Santeria, Lukumi, and most of all these religions and all these tradition-based, they constantly tell us that God is the God of creator of all things, right? And when you truly believe that, then you know that everything is connected. And so there is no difference from the God that is in Jamaica, than the God that's in Haiti, than the God that's in the Americas, the God that is in Poland, that you realize that if the creator of all things, thank you so much for joining us. But when you think about how all this is truly connected and there's only one God and divine, and then when you start understanding that there are different sciences out there, just like there's different ways of learning. You can learn from one school or one institution, and they teach you something totally different in Harvard as they teach you in Duke versus that. But they should have a common denominator. So one of the things that I want to share today. All right, Shango in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. If you guys, one of the things that I try to do is involve each and every type of religion so that we can show different aspects of this. Now, this doesn't matter whether you practice voodoo, hoodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, whether you practice Palo, whether you practice Ifa. When you think about everything is energy, all is mind, we all, depending on our journey in this earth body, may operate in different aspects and different spirits for different reasons, okay? And a lot of us call God different things, whether it's the Mighty and Zombie, or it's Olodumare, or maybe it is the El Shaddai, maybe it's the Elohim, maybe it's Jehovah, maybe it's Almighty. There's different, because God has many names, and depending on the language, depending on the people, we call God feminine energy, masculine energy, different things, okay? But he reveals that I'm Ifa traditional. All right, much respects to you. Salaikum salam, as they would say. But one of the things that as we practice our different faith in this particular deity, whether we are dealing with the Rishas, whether we're dealing with the Loas, whether we're dealing with the Nkisi, whether we're dealing with angels, ancestors, when we understand how all this system and cycle works, then we can benefit from these cycles. And one of the things I want to talk about tonight is your fetish working? Now, a fetish, for those that do not know, a fetish is an inanimate object worshipped for its supposed magical powers, or because it is considered to be inhabited by a spirit. So whether it is your Nganga, whether it is your I got one of these wands here. This is inhabited by a spirit. Whether it is your Ogun, your pot, whether it is a shrine, whether it is a church, when you an inanimate object is something that is representation of that particular spirit, that Orisha, that Loa, that ancestor. Some of you guys have ancestor altars. My question to you is it working? If you're going to place an ancestor altar, if you're going to get an Nganga, is that particular spirit or that fetish actually working for you? And I'm going to teach you this from the Bible. I don't speak Spanish that well, so don't go too hard. It is also Tata. I am also Tata Palo Nganga. All right, thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. There's a commitment in your tradition. There's a commitment in your belief that when you're working with your fetishes, that I believe that it needs to be manifesting or doing what it was designed to do, whether it's an amulet, whether it's a talisman, whether it's your elekes. They were given to you with a purpose, and I want many of you guys that are receiving these things, and many of you guys that are like this Tata, that you give out these particular things, that the people understand them and that they're actually benefiting from the fetishes, or whether it's the pots or the inkisi or the ebos or the prayers or the songs. We don't want to just be giving out religion, because that's the same thing they do in Christianity. They give religion. These fetishes, that if they're prepared properly, they have power and they affect your life. Now, I'm going to show you guys in the Bible, especially if you're voodoo, you're Christian. It's in the Bible. It's been going on for centuries. Now, I want to give you this. I am coming from 1 Samuel, the 5th chapter, and I'm going to start the first verse. I'm going to go to 1 through 8. And it said, and the Philistine took the ark of God and brought it into Abzar, and the Ashdod unto Ashdod. And when the Philistine took the ark of God, they brought it into, and please do not be disrespecting nobody on my lives, because my church is open to all religion. No, everybody don't hate everything but Christianity. I want you to understand. Just give me a moment before you start typing. Give me a moment to explain before you get too deep. Remember, Christianity came out of Egyptology. So even in Christianity, there's still truth. Everything that exists is a lie. And if you understand the symbolism that's in the Bible, you can actually benefit from it. Okay? So that is a cliche that a lot of people type and put out when it comes to slavery. Well, there's a lot of other places besides the Americas that were in slavery. Okay? Not just the Americas. Okay? So let's give me a moment so I can explain this. And it said, and when the Philistine took the Ark of the Covenant, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, Dagon was falling upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord. And they took Dagon and set him in his place again. Remember, a lot of these fetishes are inanimate objects. And I want to show you that even the Ark of the Covenant was an inanimate object. Thank you so much for sharing my live. So a lot of times when we're demonizing the ATRs, demonizing voodoo, demonizing Lakumi, demonizing everything but Christianity, remember that this has been going on for centuries. This is not something that Apostle Ely made up and I came on and I began to talk. All right there, Sister Harriet. All right, and Gemini, Harriet, Capricorn, and Miss Kathy, Sagittarius. It goes on to say, and on verse 4, and when they arose early in the morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the ground before the Ark of the Covenant, and the head of Dagon and both of the palms of his hand were cut off upon the threshold, and only the stump of Dagon was left to him. Therefore neither the priest of Dagon nor any that come into Dagon's house treaded upon the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod unto this day. But the hand of the Lord was very heavy upon Ashdod, and he destroyed them and smote them, felt that, with emeralds, and even Ashdod and the coast thereof. And when the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, that they said, the ark of the covenant, the ark of God of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon Dagon our God. And verse 8 says, and they sent therefore and gathered all the lords of the Philistines unto them, and said, where shall we do with the ark of God of the Israel? Now they had captured the ark of the children of Israel in a fetish, an inanimate object that's supposed to be inhabited by a spirit. Now the reason why I want to talk about this, guys, is because you want a fetish that actually works. Here is Dagon is a fetish for the Philistines, but they propping him up He's not protecting them. They're worshiping. They're giving libations to this entity, this particular object. Because you know what I want you to understand? I don't want you to forget what it represents. A lot of times when we use candles, they represent. We use pots, crystals, different objects to represent a deity, to represent an ancestor. And I don't want us to lose the fact that you just got the representation and not the actual entity or the actual spirit. Okay? All right there, Miss Angel, Sister Brickhouse is in the house, Sagittarius. When you are growing in this spiritual journey, whether you work with crystals, bracelets, amulets, all right, Mama Brooks, Capricorn, make sure that if you're going to wear a necklace that has been consecrated, make sure it works. Make sure that there's a spirit attached to it. Make sure that your elekes have been truly consecrated by your priest or by your madrina or your padrino. Okay? Make sure that the elders of your religion, whether you're in Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Palo, make sure that your Nganga was not something that you created and you set up by reading books or watching videos. Make sure that it was actually carried out the proper ceremonies so that when you get your fetish and you bring your fetish into your house or you bring it into your shrine, that it actually works. Here's the Ark of the Covenant doing exactly what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to protect the children of Israel. And when the enemy, when people touch your fetish, I'm going to say this. When people, somebody say, EFOL practice here in Virginia. All right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate him. Your necklace lend credence to the fact you do not practice Christianity. Jesus Christ. I don't know it. I don't know what it is. Okay, so make sure that when you get your fetish, my point is that it's working. I don't want many of you guys out here purchasing pots, purchasing candles, purchasing elekes, and you're not seeing the result, because this does not bring glory to that particular tradition or religion. If you're going to have a statue of Saint Lazarus, you need to make sure that it is in connection with the spirit of Saint Lazarus. A lot of us call it Babalu Aye, okay? But at the end of the day, you don't just want to have statues. You just don't want to have presentation of your belief. You actually want to have a spiritual connection with those fetishes, and that they are able to operate whether you are present or not. Remember, they took the Ark of the Covenant from the children of Israel, and the spirit in the ark was defending and moving mountains. When you put your bracelet on, make sure it has been consecrated. Make sure that is a manifestation. That is my point. Is your fetish working? Or do you just got a bunch of bracelets on? Do you just got a bunch of necklaces on? Do you just got a bunch of statues in your house? Do you just got a bunch of pots in your house? Do you actually see manifestation of said Arisha, of said Loa, of said Nkisi? Or do you just have a representation of that entity without a relationship? Every fetish should be birthed out of a relationship with that particular spirit, ancestor, or deity. End of story. Doesn't matter what you practice. If you're just dressing up the part, that is no different than a preacher putting on a robe, or a somebody dressing up in their Sunday best, but they don't have Christ energy operating. Now, when you hear me say Christ energy, I am talking about the third eye. I'm talking about Kundalini energy, raising from the base of the spine all the way through. Shout out to whoever took Kamikaze out. I don't know. Okay. Now, I want many of you guys to understand, we don't just want to be out here telling people stories or our belief in something that we're not seeing manifestation. Everything that I go and get, everything I purchase, I make sure it works. I want my babes to understand you don't want to have an elegua in your house and it's not guarding the door. You do not want to have olokun and it's not doing what it was described to do. Make sure that you are dealing with authentic priests and people of said tradition. So when you get these fetishes or these artifacts or these talismans, they actually work. So you are not out here disappointed or actually thinking you're protected when you don't have a protection. It's just like in the church when we say you have a covering over you. Make sure that that covering is working for you. Make sure that covering is actually doing what it was said to do. Now, some of you guys got to remember this. I'm going to say this. Every fetish can't do everything. Every orisha doesn't do everything. So you need to have an understanding of relationship. If you got the statue of Saint Michael, understand, do your study, do your research, so you have a better understanding what that archangel can actually do. What jurisdiction. Do you know the jurisdiction of Yemiya? Now let me show y'all this, because this is as above, so below. This is Venus rule today. Now this is an Oshun candle. I had a great day. I've been shopping. I want to show y'all this Oshun candle, right? This is what I mean. This is representation of Oshun. We have the peacock, we have the fan, and we got the bell, right? Representation. If there's no connection with Oshun, the Orisha, then this is just an animate object, but there's no life or power. So therefore, there's going to be no manifestation. Then I love this candle right here. I found this candle today. Yemiya. Let me show y'all. There we go. The Yemiya candle. It has the anchor, it has the rope bar, and it has the wheel, right? Now, the top part of this candle represents like the waves, the foam that comes the top of the ocean. So this is the white part of the ocean, like when the waves come in, and then that the salt foam that comes up, that's the representation of the top part. Now the darker blue represents Olokun. So you got Yemiya, and then you got Olokun, right? Rule owners of the sea. Representation. But if you're not in connection with that particular Orisha, or you're not in connection with that particular angel or ancestor, then all you got is a representation. There's no power in that, God. All I'm trying to get many of you guys when I teach these things, make sure before you spend your money that you're dealing with somebody that is connected with the spirit of the tradition that you believe in. It doesn't, to me, I'm a Sagittarius. I don't care if you want to practice voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi. If it's in your bloodline, baby, do you. But at the end of the day, don't be having a bunch of fetishes or artifacts around you and nothing is happening. Because you're going to also, number one, you can't really bring glory to that particular tradition. Number two, you're going to be disappointed because you're not going to be able, somebody can throw witchcraft at you and you think you got some type of sorcery at you and you don't have protection, but you got on things that represent protection. Y'all know some people walk around with the evil eye. And they still be getting hammered. Some people walk around and say, I've been stretched in this religion. Let me tell y'all something. I'm all for ceremonies, but make sure the spirit is there. I'm all for doing your ebos. I'm all for the veves, sigils, whatever magical tool you claim to use. Whether it's your prayer cloth, whether it's your prayer oil. But I want to say to you, if it's just representing, Grand Risings Queen, if it's just representing, it is just like Dagon. It's going to get walked over. Dagon got manhandled in his own house. You do not want to be walking around with all these beads on and you still getting your ass handed to you. You don't want to be walking around, coming to your house and you got Eligua at your door. Or you may have Baron, or you may have the Holy Mother of Death behind your door, and somebody can throw something in your yard and that spirit able to still get in your house. The whole purpose of having these artifacts or these fetishes in our house or on our persons is to be protected or to prosper. Make sure that you understand that if you're going to be investing in these artifacts or you're going to be investing in these fetishes, that they really work. Here go my case in point. 2 Samuel 6, verse 11. It says, and the ark of the Lord continued in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite 3 months, and the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his house. I wrote down here, if you got say for instance, you got corn. Yes, I will be doing readings today. If you have corn above your door, what's supposed to represent abundance and prosperity, right? Make sure that other people can see the blessings on your life and on your home because of those fetishes. I wrote down here, fetishes needs to bring blessings to that others can see. If you're gonna be around here purchasing and saying that you got all these beads coming up or bracelets, or because there's so many different tools that you can use to represent protection or represent prosperity or represent your particular deity or your particular ancestor. It's innumerable, okay? But make sure, sir and ma'am, that it's actually able to do exactly what it represents to do. Make sure that you are benefiting to the point that other people can see it. I don't want you walking around here with oil on your head and you still getting beat up. I don't want you walking around here with blessed oil and there ain't no blessing in sight. I don't want you to walk around here with love oil and nobody likes you. Make sure that whatever thing or whatever particular practice that you're in, that these fetishes are actually working and doing exactly what they were prepared to do. Other than that, you cannot bring any glory to that particular tradition, because then when the person does not see any evidence, then here comes the disbelief. A lot of you guys, the same thing in the church. You want people to believe blindly. If you've been crowned, if you are a voodoo priestess, a high priestess, if you are walking around with all these celestial beings because they're cosmic energy, then your life should reflect that. When the centurion spoke to Jesus, he first said he wanted Jesus to come to his house to heal his servant. But when he saw and recognized the authority that Jesus had, he stopped and said, you don't have to come to my house, but you can speak the word only. If you are truly a high priest of Oshun or Eligwa or Ezeli Dontor or Dambala, these are celestial beings. Then you should, if you're the president of the United States, there's a certain level of authority that you should have. There is a certain level of authority you should have. And that's in every tradition. Now, I brought this book right here. If you want me to read something, inbox me. I want y'all to see this book right here. This is the Ark of the Covenant, right? It's a representation of God's word, which is the Rhema word, right? His living word. This is the book. So, when we get candles and things and we have them as a representation of people, places, and things, you're welcome. This is how, no matter what we practice, this is how we understand that we truly serve a God that is the creator of all things. Too many of us that when we're in our particular traditions, we separate ourselves as though somebody else is eating something different than what we're eating. Now, if you're Jamaican, you may be eating jerk chicken. If you are Asian, you may be eating sesame seed chicken. If you are Southern, then you may be eating fried chicken or smothered chicken. Or maybe if you are, what's another type of chicken? A Jamaican jerk chicken. My point is, it's still chicken at the end of the day. But it's prepared differently based off people's culture, based off people's experiences, based off people's level of knowledge of that particular artifact or fetish. Everybody's not knowledgeable in these traditions. That's from Christianity, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi. Everybody's not. But what I can tell you, sir and ma'am, if you really have a fetish that works, you're going to see the evidence. Everything that I have is it is a living entity, is a living force. Things that I work with, they're alive. I can communicate with them, and they are able to manifest. This is so important that when you get involved into your spiritual journey, that you understand that we are not out here bowing down to actually a statue. It is the representation of what that statue represents. That's the energy that we are acknowledging. We're pouring libations out. The same way, if you can't come to a birthday party, you send a card to represent. Sometimes if you can't go to certain events, you may send your husband or wife to represent you, to stand in as a representation for the family. It is the same mental concept. What statue? We're talking about fetishes. Fetishes is an inanimate object worship for its supposed magical powers, or because it is considered to be inhabited by a spirit. I want to say this. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I just want to open your mind. The reason why I encourage people to deal with elders of whatever religion that you're interested in, if it is in your bloodline, I encourage you to do this because you don't want to have something representing an entity that another spirit has came in, because you can't see, you can't discern. I don't care what religion you're in. You need to be able to discern. You need to be able to see. You need to understand that you are authentically dealing with the particular entity, Orisha, or said spirit that you have called, summoned, or conjured. I see too many people got all these artifacts, and you don't necessarily know if that it is the original Shango. You don't really know if that is the real issue. You don't really know if that is really Ezeli Dontor. When you get certain things, make sure that if you want to save time, money, and frustration, that you're dealing with reliable people that have their own fetishes that they're already working with, and they can connect you more honestly. I'm a warrior spirit. I know my place in the world. We just don't have. I don't actually know what you're getting at. My thing tonight is, when you are working with inanimate objects, you need to know what they are, what they represent, and if they have been, whether they have been prepared properly or not by a particular Tata, a Mumbo, a Hugon, or an apostle, a pastor, event, whatever your faith is. If you're gonna get holy water blessed, and you're in the Catholicism, you're in the church, make sure that priest is living that life. So therefore, when they bless that holy water for you, you are getting the actual benefit of the spirit of your said religion or belief system. That's all I'm trying to say to you. If you're gonna get involved in something, I don't want you out here spending money, and now you're saying that your Ogun pot doesn't work. Now you're saying that your Alekes don't work. Now you're saying that your the reading or whatever they did for you didn't work. Because a lot of times people are not educating themselves, and my purpose of my life is to give you as much fundamental basic information so you can be more effective in your journey, so you can have an understanding why you don't touch somebody's sacred statue, somebody's sacred prayer cloth, somebody's whatever, their statue, whatever. If you going, listen, I was raised to keep my hands to myself, but I'm finding that a lot of people, they'll see somebody beads, or they'll see somebody say, oh, that's so, and they'll just grab it. I'm like, well, what? Like, that's like seeing some woman and say, oh my God, you got a nice chest, and just touch her. You can't do that. Hands off. My point is, if there's a spirit really in these Ngangas, if there's a real Muerto in those Ngangas, those spirits will defend themselves just like the Ark of the Covenant defended itself. If your Orisha has truly mounted you, if your Loa has truly mounted you, and there are certain things that belong to them, I promise you, they will themselves defend that particular action and deal with that situation. If you are finding yourself trying to defend your tradition, your religion, more than the actual spirit, that's a problem. If God is truly moving in your life, if the Orishas are truly in your life, if the Nkisis are truly in your life, if the ancestors are truly in your life, sweetheart, if somebody tamper or defiles your temple or your particular objects, that spirit will deal with those people. I just see too many people out here arguing that their Orishas ain't nothing to play with, arguing that their ancestors ain't nothing to play with, arguing that their angels, their demons ain't nothing to play with, arguing that the Loas are nothing to play with. They don't need you to defend them. They are living entities. They are divine beings. If they are that bothered by what that person or persons are doing or saying, they will deal with them themselves. If you are truly connected, if your fetish, which is an inanimate object, whether it's your beads, your bracelet, if they are truly consecrated correctly, they will move in your behalf because that's what they were designed for. I want us to start taking out time to understand why it is important for a lot of us to grow and to develop, for a lot of us to have a better understanding that many of us are getting into stuff and causing more confusion in these traditions than you're actually helping and developing other people. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be in better places, right? The whole purpose of getting involved, just like going to school, to go to school to get a better education, to know better, to do better. The whole purpose of getting into Christianity, if that's what you're doing, Ifa, if that's what you're doing, Congo, if that's what you're doing, Santeria, if that's what you're doing, Palo, that's what you're doing, is to better self. You should be a better version of yourself if you're truly working with these entities, because these are divine beings and they will illuminate you. They will enhance you. They will give you knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. They will give you counsel of how to orchestrate your life. And all I'm saying, if all that is going on, other people will be able to see the evidence of that relationship. Your life should get better. In 3 months, the Ark of the Covenant had blessed Obadiah's house to the point where everybody was able to see the evidence. If you are truly who you say you are, and you truly have all of these Orisha spirits or ancestors with you, then we all will see it. That's all I'm saying to you, sir and ma'am. If you're out here arguing about your Nganga, if you're out here arguing about your pots, if you're out here arguing about your bracelets, or you're getting into with other people, you're doing it wrong. Your spirit's supposed to speak for you. The Orisha's supposed to stand up for you. The Loas are supposed to stand up for you. The Ark of the Covenant did not have any priests or soldiers around it in the temple of Dagon. And the Ark of the Covenant, because it belonged to God, because it belonged to God, God defended the Ark of the Covenant. Your spirit, if it is truly protecting your house, will defend your house. If you are truly protected and your amulets are working, you don't have to say anything. The energy, the vibration, the frequency will work. I just need us to get that, okay? I hope this has helped you. I hope that you're really getting what I'm saying. I don't want, no matter what your race, creed, or color is, I hope, sir and ma'am, that you are working with the real entities of these pots. I hope that you're really working with the Orishas, because the behavior that I see a lot of people have is ridiculous. It is very juvenile. It's very embarrassing, because you don't have to defend yourself if you are already protected. If somebody is operating in ignorance and the spirit feels like they're disrespecting, the spirit will deal. Spirit don't need their name, don't need their address. The Spirit knows exactly where they are, who they are. And this is what I want to get many of us, so we can get back to actually growing and developing. It's just like in the classroom. Most teachers, especially in the United States, they spend more time disciplining children than they actually spend teaching. We spend more time arguing and throwing spirits back and forth to one another, talking about who we think we are and who disrespected us and all this. Then we're actually evolving and developing and transforming into these divine beings, which was the whole purpose of us supposedly getting into these ATRs. I'm a part of this journey because I'm developing. I'm a part of this journey because I want to fulfill my particular destiny. And through my bloodline, I am initiated into certain things. I don't have to do what you do because I'm not set up like you do. And you can't do what I do because guess what? I may have an Ogun, but my Ogun is very different from your Ogun. I may have an Iligua. I may have certain spirits with me, but because of my spiritual makeup, they're going to operate very differently than yours. And if somebody tells you that all of these entities work the same way with everybody, they're not being honest with you, because that is not the truth. Just like we all can buy the same cologne or perfume, but because of our biological makeup, the chemicals, the chemistry in our body, it does not smell the same on everybody. Those are just facts, ma'am. Those are just facts, sir. Do not be out here in these spiritual streets having artifacts, having fetishes that don't work. If there's no spirit in those artifacts, you do not have anything, sir or ma'am. And you're going to be just like Dagon, getting your arms cut off, your head cut off, and you're going to be embarrassed in your own house because there is truly no protection. That's all I was trying to get out here. I'm not trying to get you to get initiated. I'm not trying to get you to be in one religion over the other. Some people are just like in sport. They're a diehard Cowboys fan. I talked to a young man today. He's a diehard Dolphin. He loves a Dolphin. That's his. Whatever you're into, make sure it's authentic, it is real, and it's not religion. There's a difference between the spiritual walk and the religious walk. And a lot of times, the reason why a lot of the bickering is going on is because you're more religious in that particular faith than you are spiritual. And it don't matter whether you're in Voodoo, Santeria, or Lacuna. Spiritual people are balanced. Thank you so much. If you want me to do, I think this is a really good book. This book right here. It is called Rituals and Spells of Santeria. It is a real, if you're into this or if you just want to educate yourself, because let me tell y'all something. In order to help people or guide people, you have to be as knowledgeable as you can in different ATRs, whether you practice them or not. So when you see certain things or you hear certain things, you will be able to have a better understanding. You will sometimes you won't take an offense to certain things because you have a better understanding. Okay, that's my whole purpose of giving clarity on a fundamental level. I don't need to teach you my spiritual practice if you're not a part of what I'm doing. If you get spiritual work from me, all you need to know is that what you're asking me to do, I'm able to do it. Okay? This is a very good study. I use it because I'm still if somebody tell you they know everything about all these religions, they're lying. I read a lot. I'm a nerd about studying, and I don't know everything. I'm still educating myself, even in the ATRs. Even though I practice spirituality, I was born to do this work. I still educate myself because there are terms and terminologies that are different in different traditions. There are different expectations. There are different ways of doing things. And the more you know, it just helps you flow a lot smoother. It doesn't mean that you're going to actually do it the way that somebody else is doing it, but at least you have a better understanding what is being done or what is being said, okay? That's all I want to say. And I want to say this to my brothers and sisters. Let's not forget that every religion, just like I'm not speaking in my native tongue, I'm gonna say that again. Just like I, as a melanated individual on both sides of my family, I'm not speaking my native tongue. Okay? I speak in tongues, but I ain't speaking my native tongue. I want to say this to you guys. Remember that all of these sciences that we have come out of Africa. And yes, there are people that may be of African descent. They don't know their religion. They don't have their heritage. I hope that my real spiritual brothers and sisters would take that in consideration when you're dealing with other people that you have learned their particular science and they do not know their particular science where they come from. Okay? Because a lot of the traditions have been stolen out of Africa and they have been taught by African people, and people have been enslaved, indoctrinated, and so therefore they have to return back to their roots. And there may be a lot of ignorant people out here that want to know if you are truly a priest, priestess, and you are for the overall good of humanity, then you would not have a problem educating people that, especially if it is in their bloodline. I am very fortunate to have a very good godmother and good godfather. I am very fortunate to have in this religion, but I have had very good teachers and people that have taught me along the way, and that allowed me to be as developed and enhanced as I am. Everybody does not have that. Make sure that you're not just walking around here with things that represent certain things, but they have no spirit. And I would like for my other brothers and sisters to show respect to those that created all of this stuff. Life began in Africa. All right, Cash App, $20. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even tell her that. I want you guys, I like what she said, do not let it be a trend. Exactly. It's a way of life. If you want me to do a reading for you tonight, Cash App, $20. I put my Cash App there. I also have incense that I burn in my pot for you guys for $20 as well. I have peace incense, guardian angel incense, High John the Conqueror, oil of gladness, triple threat, protection incense, healing incense, road opener, mental clarity, better business, money incense, ancestor incense, and reversal incense. Now, whether you read by Shamalangas, whether you read by carousels, runes, cards, whether you're a clairvoyant, bring back. Be right back. Going to. All right, she gotta be back. Going to. As long as your readings are accurate, me personally, I don't tell people how to do their readings. As long as you're getting truthful information, that's all that matters. And as long as you're helping people, some people don't need cards. Some people use water. They use all types of things to do their divinations. Whatever it is, as long as you're out here in these spiritual streets, actually trying to help people and guide people the best way you know how, I'm possibly with it. I'm just being honest with you. There's no I've ministered to people in so many different aspects, and at the end of the day, I even send my own members. Hey, how you doing, darling? I send my own members to other traditions to get readings, and they end up saying the same thing to them that I said to them. I believe that there's only one God, one mind, one faith, one baptism, and we're all baptized into that in that same spirit, and we may operate very differently, but at the end of the day, the sky is still blue. That ain't gonna change. Whether you're in Christianity, whether you're in Ifa, whether you're in Voodoo, whether you're in Santeria, whether you're in Congo, and at the end of the day, it is us that perform the evils in this life, not the traditions. We the one utilizing these sciences and these spirits to hurt or help people. They're sciences. We make the determination, and hopefully that you guys are initiating people that you feel that got good character and that are truly out here trying to help people, and that you're just not out here initiating people to make money. Because when you do it for that reason, you let a lot of stuff slide, and people don't have the right mindset or character when it comes down to these. And these ATRs are too dangerous to be put in the hands of immature and bloodthirsty people that got insecurity issues. All right. Minister Mario, did I miss something? Huh? I can't hear you. Yes, I'm doing them now. Doing readings now. All you gotta do is Cash App, and I will begin. One of the things that I tell you guys, God has been a blessing to me, is if you are on a spiritual journey, then you're willing to grow and to develop. If that's not what you're looking for, and you just want to debate theories, recipes, I'm not interested. I'm growing, I'm developing, my life is better, it's getting better. I'm more at peace. I'm more supported than I ever been. I'm happier than I ever been. I'm able to let stuff go. I'm able to move on. Like before, I would let stuff just bother. And going through these processes and getting better and healthier people around me, it is changing my view about life in a better way, in a more productive way. Read. All right there, Sister Jackie, Taurus. Thank you so much. We're gonna be burning for my Taurus money. My money blessing incense. We're in the age of Aquarius. If people don't want to learn, don't let people waste your time. Because there are other people out here that want to learn and want to grow. And when somebody decides to stop growing with you, leave them where they at. Everybody got a right to stop. All right. I told you earlier, guys, I read with the 72 names of God. All right, here we go. Reading. Jackie the Taurus, Jackie the Taurus. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee, that which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes. Hear my word. Hear my words and fulfill my desire and grant my petition. Show me what is going on with Jackie the Taurus. 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 What is it that this Taurus needs to focus on? Esa. Those, if this is your first time being in my my live, I do a 3-card spread. She said, all right, got it. Queen B. Queen B got the reading. Okay. There we got it. And you wanted Hi John. I got you. Hey, post your zodiac sign again, Queen B. I'm sorry about that. All right. Queen B, post your zodiac sign for me once again. We're going to do this. This is Taurus. Sister Jackie. Cancer. Okay. Got you. Sister Jackie, your first card, shadow card. Remember, my first card is the shadow card. Then my middle card, just marry Aries. Okay. Hold on. Just marry Y'all ready tonight? Friday. Come on. The first card is your shadow card, and then your middle card is what's going on in your present life, and then you got your third card is your outcome card. So let's walk this. Taurus fixed sign talks about happiness. This is her first card. Va he va. I find the strength to refrain selfish longing. Through this name, I ask for what my soul needs and not what my ego wants. Find deep appreciation for whatever life brings me. This brings me happiness in the deepest sense. This shadow card saying this is what they want you to be working on and focusing on things that revolve around your soul. As the scripture would say, I wish above all that my soul prosper and be in health, even as my soul prosper. This is what it's talking about, making sure that you're giving your spirit the things that it needs in order for you to grow and to develop. It also says that your happiness is going to be found in appreciation. Being thankful, a word would be contentment. Would be what they want you to focus on and not allowing your ego to get the best of you. Your middle card is define. Oh, look at this for Taurus, fixed sign. Define gravity. Va va lamed. It says, I use this name to unleash the power of mind over matter, soul over ego, and spiritual over physical. My goal is not to renounce the physical world, but to eliminate its control over me. I become the true captain of my own fate. Everything becomes possible. Taurus, this card right here is now faith. Hebrew 11:1. This card right here is basically a springboard off your shadow card. Do not allow ego to interfere in where God is taking you right now. It is talking about gaining control over your life, becoming now faith. Faith is the word is destiny. Becoming the true captain of your own destiny. You determining. You taking control of where you want your life to go. This is what this card is talking about. Your mind over matter. Your soul over ego. Once you start walking in your destiny, everything will work for the good of you. Everything will fall in place. This card right here is very strong because y'all gotta understand, when you have a fixed element as an energy, it is hard for you to change. This card right here saying that this is what's taking place right now. Change. Then look at your outcome card. Her outcome card is revealing the dark side. That's what's going to get you out of it. Light shines. I recognize the negative forces that are still active within me. My reactive impulses are no longer a mystery. With the power of this name, they become history. Let me say this to you guys, especially this one because you grew up in a Christian church. There is no light without darkness. Darkness creates light. I'm going to say this again. Darkness, your darkness is what creates the light. If you embrace all of you, then you can shine like you need to shine. And a lot of times in these Christian churches, they're constantly telling you suppress this, suppress that. At the end of the day, you have to not suppress but develop. Yes, I am a hot, fiery person. I have a hot temper. I have learned to manage my temper. It's called temperance. My temper is there. I can get angry quickly. I can get upset very quickly. But because of my development, I have temperance, which means self-control. And therefore, I'm balanced. You got to realize you have to embrace all of you. These cards are talking about development of self, acknowledge and becoming a true captain of your own destiny. Stop being led. Stop allowing people to tell you what to think and to believe and who to be with. Do what you know within self that is best for you and let the chips fall where they may. This is definitely a Psalm 59 and definitely a Psalm 100. All right. Queen Bee. We're going to burn Guardian because that's my water sign. I'll let some of these other people that have been in my consultation. These readings are not my consultation. I do this to let you guys to know that I am able to do readings. But my consultation go a whole lot deeper than this. And you can book them on my website if you so do choose. I got quite a few of them tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, I will be doing an interview with Madame Oshun tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And yes, I feel you guys that are trying me, and I appreciate you very much, because now you know I'm authentically protected. Okay? Thank you. And let me tell you, if y'all gonna get into this, people gonna try. That's the immaturity in them. That's what they do. They got time. They utilize their energy and spirits for childish stuff. But hey, it is what it is. Thank you so much, Sister Jack. I appreciate you back, darling. All right, Queen B, I burned some guardian incense for you. Smoke these cards. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee, that which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eyes, concerning Queen B. 19692. Queen B, the king. Ebasa. Ebandediosai. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light. I'm going to say this to you, Queen B. Yes, you are very intuitive. But I want you to understand that your intuition is for your guidance, not for when things are revealed to you, it's not for you to get upset, it's for you to know how to move. Okay? Your intuition is your compass, it's your guide. So you'll know how to move and maneuver, not to take things personal. So you can be okay. That which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eye. Some stuff going on. Show me what this cancer, what is it that this cancer needs to be focused on? What is it that this cancer needs to be focused on? All right. Three card spread. Your first card, Cancer, sexual energy, sacral chakra coming up. But hey there, Peter Miller, Ashay from Trinidad. All right, Sagittarius. I didn't know you was a Sagittarius. All right, Trinidad in the house. Thank you so much. Your first card, Cancer, is Kaf Va Kuf. It says, with this name I purify my desires so that I can share love and energy with my partner, putting his or her needs ahead of my own. I ignite sexual energy so that my passion may elevate all existence. I replenish the light that was lost due to any prior selfish sexual activity. Shadow card coming up for Cancer with your sacral chakra, your connections. This is when we do roll opening. This right here, it says purify. So you need to do some type of cleansing. It's talking about your sexual energy, elevating your existence, which means to me is it's like working with orange or red candles. This is also talking about some type of cleansing and disconnection. Because this is your shadow card. And when something has been lost to a Cancer, it's hard for a Cancer to let go. In order to move forward, you're going to have to disconnect from something. Let's see if I know what's going on here. Your middle card is casting yourself in a favorable light. Cancer. Ooh. Mem Chet Yud. It says, my own being is illuminated beautifully, suffice in the Creator's radiance. Everyone around me sees the positive, beautiful aspects of my true self, as opposed to the distorted and dark image projected by my ego. Cancer, do not let your ego get the best of you. let me explain this card to you, because this is coming up and that's going on right now. Do not let your ambition, do not allow your ambition to mess up your relationship. Don't allow any pettiness to keep people from seeing how good of a person you can be. I'm dealing with self-control too, but this card right here, both of your cards are talking about selfishness. They're talking about ego. This is really important, that people able to actually see how beautiful of a person you can be. But I'm concerned about you holding too much in the past. And the past can mess up what's going on right now, which will also affect your future. If this is the purpose of a Cancer, being able to go into the past, to have understanding what the beginning was, not for you to dwell there, to learn from it and to move from it. Okay, I want you to really Psalm 23 is a good guidance psalm, but also Psalm 27 I think will really help you out, Queen B. Then your outcome card is talking about the silent partner. The silent partner says Yud Resh Tav, tithing and meditation upon the sequence of letters remove the dark forces present from my earning and its destructive influence from my life. The light is now my silent partner. Here it comes up again, talking about your light, Cancer. That's lunar energy. It said, the light is now my silent partner. I am surrounded with endless blessing and protection. It is my partnership made in heaven. Do you see that if you walk in that, because water signs, I always tell y'all about my cleanser, right? But this particular Cancer right here, Queen B, in order for you to protect yourself, right here, you got to be vibrating on a higher frequency. They're also talking about your outcome card is that you have protection, but you need to abide in that protection. I'm going to say that again. Do not go beyond your protection. The whole thing about the crab, it got that claw out there. That crab, stay behind the claw. Stay behind the claw. It's like football. Stay behind your defensive team. Some of y'all, because y'all get emotional and get out of control, then you spin right out of your protection. You don't want to do that. Make sure that you stay focused and read those Psalms. We got Trinidad up in the house. All right. We got Just Mary, Aries. Where you at, baby? Just Mary. Is it Proud Mary from Tina Turner? Okay. Oh, they wrote. Oh, that's you. What's up? You're welcome, sweetheart. I appreciate you. And guys, let me say this again. Thank you for allowing me to read you in the open. I appreciate you guys, and I got tagged. I know how far to go, but I appreciate you guys allowing me to read you guys in the open. All right, we're gonna burn. Let's see what here we got. Got my girl. Let's get some of this. We got some ancestor. All right, we're gonna burn some ancestor and smoke these cards. I'm gonna do this reading for this Aries. All right, now that fire, that cardinal fire. Yes, baby, that Mars energy. Smoke these cards, and we're gonna read for my Queen B. I mean, not Queen B, but I meant Beauty Me Too. Aries. Just Mary. Hear these words which I speak as I call to thee. That which is in the dark, bring into the light of my eyes concerning Just Mary the Aries. Just Mary the Aries. Just Mary the Aries. Show me that which is in the dark, bring it to the light of my eye concerning Ediosai. Ayaradioko Rabasata. All right, Just Mary. I'm going to tell you right now, there's some bumping heads. Bumping head could be something, you and somebody on the opposite side of a decision, an outcome. about how to go about doing something. Dealing with rabasha. What is it that this Aries needs to be paying attention to? All right. Yes. My Aries. That's loud. Let's get with it. If this is your first time on live, my first card is your shadow card. Your middle card is the present. And then your third card is your outcome card. We're going to read from a girl. Right here. Headbutting people. All right. Her first card comes up. Memories. Va Shin Re. It says the power of memory arises within my consciousness. Lessons of life are deeply ingrained in my being. Okay, Aries. For this to pop up for Aries, that means you know better. They saying, your shadow card saying, you know better. You know, you done been there, done that. You can handle this way better because this is experience on the board. You hear me, beauty? This is experience on the board. Pay attention to your experience. Let your experience win this situation. Then your middle card, DNA of the soul. Look at that. Burning that ancestor incense. Aleph, Kaf, Aleph. It says, with this name I receive nothing less than the full impact of the forces of creation. Now y'all know force is Aries. I restore meaning to my life that often feels meaningless, purpose to the world that often appears aimless, order returns, structure emerges, everything is tidied up. See, this is coinciding with what I was telling you earlier. Whatever is going on, it is going to work out if you utilize your experience and you do not allow your ego to get the best of you. This saying right here, this is experience, and your cards are talking about restructure, rebuilding. It's talking about things getting in order. It's also your present card talking about things ain't where you want them to be right now, but they're being restored. Things are not moving as fast because we fire sign. I'm being straight up with you now. You know I'm gonna give you a real reading. Things are not moving as fast as you would like, but they are moving, and they are getting in order. Okay, and look at your outcome card. Revealing the dark side. For Aries, for this to be coming up for Aries, look what it says. Yud Chet Va. Light shines. I recognize the negative forces that still within me. My reactive impulses are no longer a mystery. The power of this name, they become history. Once again, Aries, I'm going to say it to you like this so you'll have a good understanding. I'm impulsive too. My moon is in Aries. You're never not going to be impulsive. What you have to do is have an understanding your triggers so you can have certain things in place. Somebody's the Aries in the house. When you have that Aries energy and you quick to pop off, you got to have safeguard. This ain't about them. This is about you. Because you don't want your impulse. Like, I'm going to use an example. I'm an impulsive buyer. Right, so it with my finance. Just say, for instance, if I made $100, I tell myself I only made 50. So I still got a margin for my impulse to kick in, but not to the point where it causes me to be in financial problems. You see what I'm saying? So I might go 50, I might go 60, 75, but I'm still within that 100. You understand? And when you in certain places in your life and you can be triggered emotionally or mentally about certain things, you got to make sure you're safeguarding yourself, because at the end of the day, you ain't trying to mess up what you're working for. You're not trying to mess up what you done put the effort for to happen. But if you get too heated and you go beyond and you allow your impulse to get the best of you, you'll tear all that up. I'm just telling you straight up. I done it. I have done it. I'm a Sagittarius, but my moon is in Aries. And I will not give two pigeons what happened. Okay? I'm just telling you, I think like Psalm 23, because you want peace. Ask for peace and guidance. If you want to get some of my incense, peace incense, or my mental clarity, that'll work too. But 23, and then I think that Psalms 103, Psalms 103 would be good for you. Those two scriptures together will really, really help you out. But I'm it's coming on real strong that you got to okay. You got to make sure that you protect yourself from your own impulses. And don't have other people manipulating you, because sometimes people could be around you long enough, they understand your triggers. And then they actually use it against you. And you don't want people to get the best of you with your own, knowing you better than you know yourself, okay? Yeah, those are the songs. All right, guys, thank you so much. My name is Apostle Eli. I hope this helped you guys. I hope many of you guys that just came in, go back to the beginning. It'll be on my YouTube account. If you have not joined my YouTube account, please do so. Go back and look at this about these fetishes. Please, sir, and please, ma'am. It will really, really help you out. Give you some clarity. So when you're moving forward in your spiritual journey, it'll be more profitable and you'll benefit more out of it. Okay? And you're quite so welcome, darling. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much. All right. Good night. All right. All right. We got Peter Miller from Trinidad. We got I got a Sagittarius from Trinidad. And then we got Sister Jackie Taurus, Minister Mario, son of Ochosi. We got Monique Fofo, Cancer. We got Mama Brooks. We got Sister Brickhouse. We got Mama Kathy. We got Harriet, the Cancer. Look at Ian in there. Thank you for that offering, Ian. Tell Francis I said hello. I know I'm being a little extra tonight. It's Friday, y'all. Sister Jackie, got Brother Johnny, got Mama Susan. Did I forget anybody? I don't think I did. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video. All right. God bless y'all.